today we're going to be making a rain cloud in a jar. Mine is dark purple now only because the colors are mixed in, but it will look a lot cooler when we make it. I hope that you guys enjoy and that you guys learn something, so let's get started. So the materials we will be using are food coloring, shaving foam. You need any glass container or jar so you can see what's going on in the experiment. You need water because you're going to fill up your cup or jar, and you need a little cup of water because we're going to be adding a bit of water to the top of our experiment. And so we're going to go ahead and take our jar and fill it up with water and then add in our shaving foam. So the water should only be to about a little over 3/4, and then add in the shaving foam for the rest. I added way too much shaving foam because mine expanded. So make sure not to add too much because it might make a bit of a mess. But as you can see, the shaving foam stays at the very top, so you don't have to worry about it mixing or anything. After you have that, go ahead and add in your food coloring to the very top, and in a few drops. It might spill over, that's okay. We can just clean it up, and as you can see, the food coloring is already inside of the jar. You can see the blue on the very side, but it hasn't gone through all the way. So because of that, I'm going to go ahead and add in a few drops of water, and the water is going to make it heavy. So continue to add a few drops of water until you can see that the blue is finally getting across. So once you see that first bit of food coloring come down, you can add another color. I added red, so you can see here the red is going through a lot easier, but because of this, it might have also just made a little hole in the middle where I was putting in my food coloring. So I just made sure to move the shaving foam to make sure it covered everything, and it did, so it was fine. I added yellow, but my yellow didn't go through because I added it a bit to the edge, but I just left it that way. You can continue to add different colors, and at the end mine did look purple because red and blue make purple. And as you can see here, my jar, even when I was moving around my jar, it pretty much stayed exactly the same. The food coloring didn't mix in, and that's because the food coloring is down there with the shaving foam. So basically, real clouds, not the clouds in our jar, they form when water and vapor rise into the air, and this creates condensation, which builds up in the clouds, and it gets heavy. So gravity pulls that water down and into the atmosphere, and that's how we get rain. So this is kind of showing a bit of that. As you can see, when we were adding water to the top, it made the shaving foam build up until the gravity pulled it down, and that was our shaving foam and food coloring. The only reason we added food coloring was so we can see the shaving foam, because otherwise it would have just been the shaving foam. Either way, it was going to come down. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed and you guys learned something, and thank you guys for joining me.